Welcome to the Fee for Service Dentist Podcast, Dr. Sonny Spiro. Today, we're going to talk to Dr. Lou Graham, and he's going to talk about a neat model that's not being taken advantage of in dentistry very much, as it is in many of the other professions, veterinary, chiropractors, et cetera. And in medicine, it's almost 90% usage is the GPO. It's a group purchasing option. And it's a organization that gets you all kinds of better deals as a group purchasing, organization. And the things you can save on are, not just dental supplies, but your credit card services, healthcare, if you're buying medical insurance, the education and CE opportunities, et cetera, and labs and those kind of things. And it's a very good opportunity. And we've got a special contact to anybody who is involved or interested. And it's Shawnie, SHAWNIE, at Catapult Education, all one word, .com. You email her and let her know you heard it here and, get on board if you're interested. I've tested personally a bunch of the products and told them what I thought, and they've taken it to heart. So, hopefully this will be something that'll help a lot of people, especially those independent practitioners who don't have the benefit of being part of 3,000 or 400 or 500 group offices, as in the corporate world. Okay, folks, as always, Kettenbach Dental is our key sponsor, our main sponsor, Kettenbach and our guy, Dan. Thanks, man. And they are excited to announce the first major advancement in fluoride varnish treatments. No longer using alcohol or resin. Instead, the treatment is delivered in a muco-adhesive dimethicone gel. Say that 3 times fast. Leaving a smooth, silky, lubricious feel. No grit, no more grit. Contact Kettenbach today for more details. 877-532-2123 or visit KettenbachUSA.com. Thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate. Like, share, click, subscribe. Watch it on YouTube. Have a great day.
My name is Drew Burns, and I'm a part of a small group of dentists who believe something crazy. We believe that the standard of care is just not good enough. We demand the best of ourselves and the best for our patients. We believe that the best way? No, the only way to practice dentistry is on our own terms. If you ask the dental consultants or the corporate CEOs, they tell you that what we're doing isn't smart, that fee-for-service dentistry is dead, and that the golden age of dentistry is over. Yet, while others focus on profits first, we focus on the patient first. And yet our offices are some of the most profitable in the entire country because we invest in ourselves and we are doing things right. It's our name on the door and it's our reputation on the line. My name is Drew Burns and I am a fee-for-service dentist. This is the Fee-for-Service Dentist Podcast and these are our stories.
Welcome to the Fee for Service Dentist Podcast. Dr. Sonny Spiro. Today we have a good guest, an old friend, good personal friend, Dr. Lou Graham, who's he's actually officially a retired dentist, although he still, I think, manages his practice from afar. We talked a little bit about that on the last episode. And he's head of a group called Catapult Education, and they have a lot of different arms, of which I'm a part of their research. I'm one of their research people. And they have lectures, they have webinars, they have a lot of educational things, and they have a new thing called Catapult Grow that's has to do with GPOs that should have a lot of interest to a lot of folks out there, especially your independent practitioners and the advantages that come with that. First of all, welcome, Lou. How are you doing today, man, in sunny Florida?
Great to see you, sunny in sunny Syracuse.
Yeah. It was warm today. It was 40, baby.
Good for you, bro. Good for you, bro.
Right. How you doing?
I'm busy at it, obviously, with what we're going to talk about tonight. But I got to tell you, after 40-ish plus years, my neck is kind of happier that I'm not bending over. That's what I can tell you. Yep.
I hear you.
Yep.
I hear you. I got a little kink in my lower right, just above my hip. I haven't had that ever, and that's been bugging me for a day or two. So we're good. We grinded it out today. Had a good busy day. So let's get into it. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on with this Catapult Grow.
So we've spent about 18 months developing what we will call the next generation of a GPO. And a GPO, Sonny, just for your listeners, is a group purchasing organization. And so in medicine, 98% of all doctors participate in medical GPOs. And in dentistry, it's really less than 20%, which is crazy. But I think the next big wave, Sonny, is going to be dentists are either going to be in GPOs and purchasing and saving so much in a GPO, or they're going to be in a DSO. I just see the individual purchasing office moving to a direction of a GPO.
Well, what kind of savings, what kind of things are you talking about? Like, because that's a bold statement, right? To say, like, listen, the independent practitioners who probably have relationships with, some, I'll call it the big three, right?
Yes.
How's that changing? Talk about that.
Well, first off, you're spot on. 75 to 80% of all dental supplies is sold through the big three and Darby, so the big four. And it's really a cost issue. They'll give huge breaks to DSOs, but they don't give huge breaks to individual dentists. And the individual dentist, I think, is going to drive the market in the future. And where chiropractors, veterinarians, all those professional groups are well over 50 to 90% in a GPO. Dentistry, being that we're dentists, we're the last to get there. And the key point, Sonny, is that costs. And I know this is a fee-for-service broadcast, which is what I was for my career, but PPOs are still so relevant. And based on the ADA study last year, reimbursements were equal to, some had minor gains. So if you're not getting reimbursements going up with costs, you have to really limit your variable costs, and that's what a GPO does.
Right. Well, even a well-run business, right? You always want to, look at your costs. I mean, one of the things Roger Levin talks about is, can you save 1%?
Yes.
Save 1% here, 1% there. And you laugh about it, like, not you, but people laugh about it. Hey, 1% on supplies, 1% on lab bills, 1% on here. That's just money in your pocket.
It's profit. It's your profits that you're just giving away.
Yeah.
And if you're not getting higher reimbursements, and your costs keep going up, we've seen all of our costs go up. And I was
labor costs alone.
Labor costs, supply costs, lab costs, benefits costs, you name it, they're all going up. And I was just with a consultant who oversees 700 offices. He said the gross income of his offices were up. Their net take-home pay was down because of costs.
Not a good chart where your revenue is up and your take home is down. Like,
exactly.
Not a good chart.
Exactly. So the early generation GPOs, they went after the savings of dental supplies and labs. That's what most GPOs in dentistry do. They say, we'll get you better supply costs and we'll get you better lab costs. But in essence, even Shine just launched their own Thrive, their own GPO just for their own Shine customers. But it only, Sonny, deals with an 18% reduction in supplies and some savings in services as far as equipment service calls and things like that. But Sonny, the majority of your savings aren't just supplies. They're a whole cast of other things that we pay costs on every month. And it's all those other variable costs in addition to dental supplies and labs that really add up. So if you can save 5% of your variable costs, you could save in $1 million practice easily $50,000 a year of pure cash. Well, that's it's a lot of money to me, 50 grand.
We'll talk about, like, right off the bat, because I'm familiar a little bit with this company.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about credit card services.
Yeah. So we went out and we didn't white label. We negotiated with 2 credit card companies, one of whom I know you're going to be having on, their choice. they will guarantee you X savings, X savings. So we've had, in our first 15 customers, we launched a month ago, and of the first 50, 15 went to credit card savings. The average credit card savings in processing alone with our partner is saving between $200 and $300 a month, Sonny. So you're talking $2,500 plus. We've had one office below 100, and we've had two offices over $800 a month in savings. They were just getting ripped. So that is the easiest way to save beyond, in my world, dental supplies and labs, because all you do is you send 1 month receipt in, and with that 1 month, they dive into the costs. And the other one that we're using, they'll analyze your costs and they'll just negotiate with you and split the savings. So you have nothing to lose and everything to gain, and that's just with your credit card savings as one example of our GPO. One example.
Well, let's hit some of the other services then. Let's talk a few about those things.
Okay. So let me just dive into why I think we're the next generation. Most DSOs, Sonny, have a formulary. You have multiple offices, and you probably buy routinely the same things. So what we've developed is a Catapult formulary with our distributor, who's Dental City. You would go online, see our formulary, and we've negotiated 20, 25, 35% savings in our formulary. So we'll have 4 bonding agents for you to choose from, 3 of the top selling cements, instruments, you name it. And we pick these items based on Catapult members and our speakers and what we've evaluated. So you can save huge in our formulary, but you can save outside of our formulary if you have to have that composite that's not in our formulary. So that makes us very, very different. Our labs, routinely now, we can get beautiful zirconia crowns from 2 or 3 of our lab partners for below $68. Emax is close to 72 or 75. These are huge savings. So we've got the labs, we've got all that, but other savings can be with partners, like even just like a Pearl, our 2D AI partner. They're giving a 15% off for, literally off your monthly. We have Bird Eye as another example for reputation, discount across the board. But even more to the point of this, with our 45 partners, I think one of our key partners is Apex Dental. They will come in and give you a free UCR fee analysis to let you know, are your fees in the 80th percentile. After they do that, and it's free, so that saves you a couple $100. After they do that, if you are in PPOs, they will come in and negotiate for you. And there's a fee, but the fee is reduced because you're in the GPO. And on average, they say they save between 8 and 10%. They can get increases in your top 20 or 30 procedures if you're in a PPO. Then they also guide you to which PPOs are best in your area. So if you're fee for service and PPO, we think you could save tens of thousands of dollars and get higher reimbursements. That's another savings. We have a PEO broker, which is a professional.
It's not to interrupt you. It's not so much savings. It's opening up cash flow. Right?
Yes, of course but it's group purchasing, because power is in numbers. Our goal is to have more members than Heartland. So if you have 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 offices, Sonny, imagine we have technology companies and we're negotiating huge savings. Benefits, like, I don't know if you offer benefits in your office to the tune of medical benefits, but only 20% of GPs offer medical benefits because they're too expensive. We're partnering with a PEO broker, and what they'll work with a variety of different broker companies. The broker will work with a variety of benefit companies. And basically, they're telling us that we can save anywhere from 25 to 35% in medical premiums benefits. So DSOs get better medical premiums because they have 100 offices, we're going to do the same thing. So we'll get much better medical insurance benefits, payroll benefits. All of those things will equate to, I really think, thousands and thousands of dollars for the dentist. So that's an inkling, but we have partners that can increase your recall rate. If you've got a cone beam partner, if you're a cone beam user, we've got a company that will, I believe it's $35. They'll just evaluate all your cone beams for $35 a piece. And if something's complicated, we have Barrett, who's a member of Catapult. He's reduced his fees 15%. So all across the board, if you can lower all these costs, you should be able to save anywhere from 35 to 50 grand and have higher reimbursement. So, and it's all profitability, Sonny. It's all profits. That's why I'm so excited to be doing this.
Well, I mean, it's definitely gonna, it's gonna change that ratio, right? Like I said, where revenue is going up, but your take home is going down. So
Right.
if your revenue is going up, the right graphs, revenue is one, cost is the other,
Yes.
and you'd like them to diverge, not converge.
Right.
So the more that you can get those costs to go in the right direction, the more and the delta is flat out is just what your take home is. At least that's how our office is run.
I couldn't agree more, but then your employees are going to want more benefits. They're going to want raises. And if costs are, I mean, you can see that, as you said, it's the diversion that puts us in a tough spot. And I think that's why I make that statement. I think we'll all be a part of GPOs in dentistry going forth in 5 years and out. I'd say the majority of offices, because for the small amount of money that you pay to be in a GPO, like ours is $99 a month, 99 bucks. And as a dentist, I didn't want any contracts. If you're not happy, then it's not right for you. But to me, if you can 10x, 20 or 30x your investment every month, that's what I want to do for dentists.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I could tell you, you talk about the healthcare thing. I know what our costs are, and our costs have gone up almost 20% each year.
Yep.
And to the point where, it's for, well, we have right now, it's just my wife and I, what we're paying, well over $2,000 a month. And, if you're looking at saving 10% of that, right? Then you're saving $200 a month, and your cost of your usage of the platform is $100 a month. It's a win-win.
So our Blue Cross Blue Shield for my wife and I and one daughter still with us, with this system went from 2,200 to 1,400 bucks. Still with Blue Cross Blue Shield, but now we're just part of a larger buying group, and it's all about numbers. Self-employed dental offices with 7 employees, there's just no way you can negotiate better fees, and that's why this is such a win-win for everybody.
And it's funny you say that, because the dental societies used to claim that they got group pricing, right? So you're
Right.
part of a group medical. I could get the same if I walked in off the street. I get nothing special from New York
Right.
State Dental Association.
And it's not right, Sonny. I mean, I'm not anti these groups, but we're really out there on our own. And I guess my whole point is that if you were part of an organization that can save you across the board, and really the dentist doesn't even know. The dentist is just giving this to his office manager and his assistant to do all the ordering. He or she they just want to do the dentistry and build their practice. So I see this for our profession, literally, I'll just keep saying it, as a home run. And then with Catapult, what we're going to do is all of our education that we're taking on the road will be discounted 50%. We're working with live hands-on programs like the Mish Institute, Tom Dudney's veneer programs, and others. We're getting like discounts for implant placement programs, anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. And why? Because I'm telling you, a group drives opportunities, and that's what we're negotiating for with education. So to me, these young dentists, this is how they're going to grow, and they need to grow so much more cost effectively with their dollar based on all their debt.
So let's talk supplies, right? So the
Yes,
average supplies, I think, in a well-run practice might be 5 to 7%.
yes,
So if you're able to make a 20% drop,
yes,
that's
bless you.
thank you. That 20%, there's your 1% savings.
Oh, on a, let's say $1 million average, let's say the average practice is 750. That's what the average
I'll take it
practice
as a
is.
million. That's I
Okay,
think people
million.
are probably there. Yeah.
If your supplies are 5%,
Which is
if
pretty
you're
lean. Yeah.
right, which is pretty lean, and that's 50 grand, and you can save 20% on that, that's 10 grand in your pocket. Are you kidding me? And that's just dental supplies. My lab bill went from 129 down to 72 and 68. I mean, that's $50 a unit for Emax and zirconia. Again, but if you're doing 20 crowns, every time you're saving $50, it's a lot of money. It's another grand in your pocket.
Now, what's the process of so you talk about you negotiate. What's like in dealing with the labs, what process do you go through to
Yeah.
vet or find the right
So,
lab or the right partners for
yeah.
that?
So obviously it's got to still be quality. It's still got to be personal. So a lot of the DSOs are using very, very large labs. And again, that doesn't make them bad. I just wanted a personal touch. So we have a close relationship with a lab out of New York City called Elegant, where they literally it's all customer based, full service. We partnered with Microdental out of California, and they have multiple offices, and they also have what they call a lower end offering for like posterior zirconia crowns, but it's all still wonderful work. So we're working with labs that are partnering with us in education. So education partners are driving our lab relationships. So I'm not out there working with labs that we don't work with in education. So you'll see education and lab partnerships throughout.
Okay, what are some
Yep.
of the areas that we haven't hit on?
So areas that we haven't hit on in the GPO is, so for example, when people onboard, we have somebody customize your onboarding experience. And so we have a series of like 10 or 12 questions, and where do you want to save first, second, and third? So we want to nail the first, second, and thirds, then that onboarding rep will come back to you and go, what about this savings, and this savings? Because we can't throw 45 partners at somebody all at once. So we want to identify the easiest traction and where they want to save money. And then one by one, we'll be checking it off so that if an office is using 10 of our offerings out of our 40, I mean, honestly, they should be saving well over $1,000 a month, easily, if not double that.
Okay, so how are you getting the word out? What are you doing to to stem or push the movement in this direction?
I know you'll relate to this. Thank you for asking. I did some webinars and we onboarded our first 50 customers through the webinars. We wanted to make sure, Sonny, the onboarding experience was good. If it wasn't good, we had to fix certain areas and connections with our companies. So we've hired a digital marketing company. We're going to start doing digital marketing. We've got other partners who want to market to their customers. And so we're going to be offering literally mailer programs, digital marketing, things like these wonderful podcasts is how we get it out there. I mean, we basically can onboard roughly about 100 customers a month the way we want to do it until we have to hire more and ramp up more within our partners. So I would just say that's how we're approaching the marketplace. And we'd like to be adding about 100 new doctors starting at the end of February a month.
What were some of the things you found that you wanted to improve on?
As far as
Onboarding, like you said, you onboarded 50. What were some of the things that you tweaked or you identified?
right. So for example, as we onboarded, and it's really interesting, one of the most a little bit time consuming things is dental supplies, where the customer has to give us what they've ordered, give our distribution partner, Dental City, what they've ordered, so we can now put it in our formulary and walk doctors through the formulary. So the difficult part is I need an assistant or a doctor for a half an hour or 45 minutes. So time is often a challenge with these people, Sonny. That's the first thing. Second thing is follow up with for us is finding out who is the person at the office, who's the point of contact, because the doctors are really, really hard to really work with because they're busy doing dentistry. So I think our major priority learning was we got to have one point of contact and let that person let us know who we should be reaching out to in the office, whether it's the manager, the assistant, the hygienist, whoever is involved in some of these things. Those were really important points we're learning in our onboarding.
Great. And your focus is, you talked about personal.
Yes.
Which is our tagline, by the way. It's personal in our office.
Yep.
So keeping it personal, and so it's going to be speaking to a person on the phone.
Yes.
Not going to be computerized. All right. So then, so a person, are you talking, are they dealing with portals? What are some of the other intricacies that get involved here?
You got it. So when the portal we use, which is great, it's called Sherpa, you can go online and you can pretty much order anything. So we're using Dental City's portal to drive, it's called Sherpa, to drive our ordering, but we have direct partners. So that dental assistant can go on and buy Kettenbach products, Comet products. Bisco's going to be coming on board. So they can order all of the things that they want in one portal. In fact, if, for example, Voco doesn't sell through Dental City, you can order a Voco product through Henry Schein on this portal. So we want to make the portal really, really easy to use and save time. Then the portal will also show you how to save money. So I'll give you an example of what it does. In your office, Sonny, do you use cabbie wipes to wipe down your office?
You know, we have them. I don't think we use them. I think we use a spray, but anyway, yeah.
Okay. So cabbie wipes are the #1 thing. Dental City sells them, of course, and to our members, they'll get a discount. Well, we evaluated at Catapult these other disinfectant wipes that are the most popular in hospitals and medical offices, and it's called PDI wipes. So PDI has a Sani wipe. You ordered the Sani wipe in our formulary versus cabbie wipes that aren't in our formulary, and you will save in 1 year over $1,000 just on wipes. So just one product will save you $1,000. So I believe ordering in a formulary, whether it's gloves, masks, any PPE, I think all of these basic things can just save an office an enormous amount of money. And it just, the assistant has to just have that half an hour or 45 minutes for that walkthrough if he or she is doing the ordering, so they can really understand why we've selected these materials.
Now, I want to ask you, because I being the evaluator, you had asked us to evaluate some
Right.
products, right? And these are going to be private label? Did I understand?
They are. They're Dental City's private label PPE products, correct.
Okay, so it's going to be Dental City. Okay, that was my next question. Okay.
And this is how honest we are. Of the 10 or 12 products, 7 did very well, 5 didn't. So we told Dental City, go back, find another white, go get another product that we can evaluate, because we want to really love the gloves. We want to love them. I mean, we do. We want to love these things. And so they're listening. And whether it's single-use furs or masks or saliva ejectors, we're going to save across the board, but our group's evaluating each and every time we put something in our formulary.
Okay. I can attest to that.
I know you can. You're a good evaluator, brother. Thank you.
Right. It says another box. Yeah, another box.
Another box. So one more thing. Technology. So we've got partners for cone beams, printers, scanners with great savings. They teach, they install, and they actually maintain. So we really are trying to cover the boundaries. We've got the best financing partner in dentistry, which is a great discussion I'd love to have you have Cherry on because we do 0% interest financing for our patients. And we've got the best pricing from Cherry that is going to save our doctors so much money. I'll give you an example. Okay. So a patient walks into your office, Sonny, and I don't think your office is much different than mine. And if I present, let's just say, an aligner therapy for $5,000, they want to know how can they finance it. They often just, it's $5,000 or $6,000. With Cherry, what we can do is we can offer traditional interest rates with great financing, but we often offer 0%. And that means the patient pays no interest and the company will take its fee out of the $5,000 or $6,000. Cherry only takes, like, in a 6-month fee, if a patient finances it, let's say it's not in, a liner therapy, but let's say it's 2 crowns. You give them 6 months to pay. What Cherry does is they pay you fully, and they will take out less than the credit card processing fee. So it literally costs the office the same as a credit card. You're not going to find that anywhere. This is totally different than Care Credit and all these other leaders in the industry. So I do think you have to explore the opportunities here, and it will take time, but the savings are huge.
Wonderful.
Huge.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you hit on some major ones. I've actually, Cherry was one of the companies we were actually just going to look into.
Yeah. Well, in Grow, in Grow, you get what they call the best level. And so literally every patient in my office, we offer 3% interest financing for free, 0% for 3 months. It's free to every patient. And they can do pre-approval before the patient even walks in. It's effortless. And you go, Lou, why would you do that? Because if I want to take money out of the equation, even if it's and I don't belittle this, $1,000 is a lot of money to people. If I can make it $333 for 3 months, and that helps that patient, I am more than happy to do that. Cost my office 2.9%, which is the same as a credit card.
Great stuff.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, I get excited by all this. Yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, it's authentic, so wrap up fairly soon. Any other points and thoughts you want to discuss how people find Catapult Grow, how people,
Yeah, sure. So we came up with a unique website, www.catapultgrow.com. So that's our website. You
so
can
Catapult,
peruse
Catapult,
Grow. Yep.
ULT.
Yep. Grow. Just one word. And then the email that I would share with your audience to start the onboarding process, they get 2 free months. So we offer 2 complimentary months. So you've got the savings well ahead. And I want that dentist, he or she, to really feel, wow, this is amazing. We have, and I'll give you that personal onboarding email is Shawnie, SHAWNIE, Shawnie at catapulteducation.com. So it's Shawnie at catapulteducation, one word.com. We have a refer a friend program, so you save a month. We're developing a social cause with a guy named Jeff Dalen out of St. Louis. So X% will go of what we're making will go towards dental charities. I mean, I think I want to do what I think we all want to do. We all want to run more efficient businesses, and I think we should be able to give back to those that can't have what we can offer. So those are a few additional pearls of what we're doing.
Okay, so the big thing is the big link for people listening to this show, if they want to get in on this Catapult Grow GPO opportunity.
Yes.
It's Shawnie, SHAWNIE, Shawnie at catapulteducation.com.
.com.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's the email, right?
That's her email.
Okay.
And she'll start the process going. And there's no commitment. I want to say it again. There's no commitment to this. You get 2 complimentary months.
2 months free, and then if you like it and you want to stay on board, it's $99 a month.
Yep, exactly.
And the contract is
month to month.
Day. I mean,
yep, month to month.
Month to month. So, all right, sounds like a winner. All right. Well, I always appreciate it. Anything else you want to share with our people?
Sonny, I think this is great. I just appreciate the opportunity to share with your people.
No, I think it's great. I mean, independent practices, looking for ways to not economize, but become more efficient in
Yep.
what they do. And
Yep,
in the end, hopefully a little more profitable.
that's the goal.
Not what you make, it's what you keep.
Totally. That's absolutely the perfect saying to close on.
All right, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks, Sonny.
Thanks for listening to the Fee for Service Dentist Podcast. If you would like to share your fee for service story, please fill out our contact form at ffsdentistry.com. Also, be sure to join our Fee for Service Dentistry Facebook group. For help starting your dental membership plan, visit dentalmembershipdirect.com and membershipmastercourse.com. Finally, for help with in-house financing, visit dentalfinancingdirect.com. And don't forget, your story is what you make of it. This is your name on the door and your reputation on the line. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.